In February 2023, UK Home Office announced change to the supplementary work rules of sponsored workers in the UK on health and care visa. These changes allow sponsored workers in health and care sector to work more than 20 hours in a different employment in that same sector for an initial 6-month period. You need to watch to the end to get the full information if you are working in the health and care sector or you intend coming in through the health and care sector. Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Victor. In this channel, I talk about ways you can study abroad. I talk about ways you can migrate to United Kingdom through the skilled worker migration route. I also give information about UK immigration. If this content look like something that interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give a thumb up to this video, and leave your thoughts on the comment box. So without further delay, let's get started. In February 2023, the UK Home Office announced some changes in the health and care sector. These changes allow sponsored workers in the health and care sector to take up second employment and work more than 20 hours. Like you all know, as a sponsored employee, you are bound to work with your employer, but you can as well take up second employment in that same sector and you must not work above 20 hours per week in your second employment. But in February, when the Home Office announced the changes that healthcare workers can work more than 20 hours in a second employment, this will run for an initial 6 months that will come to an end in August 2023. So if you are in the health and care sector and you'll be working more than 20 hours in your second employment, you need to take this date into cognizance that it will be coming to an end 27th of August 2023 unless the government come up with an official statement either extending it. All visa class has rules that govern the visa in question. In the health and care sector, once you are sponsored by an employer, you are bound to work with that employer and you are supposed to work maximum 20 hours per week on a second employment. So with the announcement in February that allow you to work beyond 20 hours, that will come to an end 27th of August 2023, you will no longer be able to work more than 20 hours in a second employment in that same sector. If you're working in the health and care sector and you want to take up a second employment in a different sector, you will need to notify the Home Office about this and you need to submit a different certificate of sponsorship for that purpose. So guys, you need to put all of this into cognizance so you will not be breaching your visa condition. And those who are working above 20 hours in their second employment, you need to look out for the date. If as at 27th of August 2023, the UK Home Office has not come up with any official statement extending that time period, guys, you need to stop working above 20 hours in your second employment. This is the first point I want to make. The second point I want to make is those coming into the UK through the health and care sector. The health and care route is one of the most easiest way you can use to migrate to United Kingdom because it's easy to meet the eligibility criteria and it's cheaper to come through the health and care sector. You're not paying IHS fee if you are sponsored to come and work in the UK in the health and care sector. But with recent events where migrants coming into the UK through the health and care sector, getting here, they will not be able to get the required shift to meet up their contractual hour and also to make more money for themselves to pay their bills and to live comfortably in the UK. And with the supplementary rules coming to an end 27th of August 2023 that allow workers in the health and care to take up second employment and work above 20 hours. So if you're coming into the UK on a health and care visa, you need to do your due diligence to be sure that once you arrive in the UK, you'll be able to get the required shift that will enable you make more money for yourself, to pay up your bills, and to live comfortably in the UK. Considering the fact that the cost of living in the UK is going high by the day. So if you are sponsored as a skilled worker under the health and care sector, and you're not able to get the complementary shift that will make you earn what you can use to take care of yourself, that will become a problem, because from 27th of August, you will not be able to do more than 20 hours on the second employment in that same sector. So this is something you need to take cognizance of, and you're planning to come to the UK. You need to ask your employer, whoever that's employing you, sponsor your visa to come to the UK, ask different questions to be sure when you arrive in the UK, you'll be able to get the required shift that will enable you earn what you can use to take care of your bills obligation here in the UK. So many persons have been here for months without getting the complementary shift. Some of them leverage on the current supplementary rule that allow sponsored worker in the health and care sector to work more than 20 hours in a different employment. But with that coming to an end in a couple of weeks from now, what will be the fate of those persons who are not getting the complementary shift in their sponsored place of work? You need to pay attention to this vital information so that you will not be among those coming here to lament when they are not getting the required shift. Another area I would like to talk about is the clauses some employer insert in their offer letter. So guys, in as much as you're looking for certificate of sponsorship, you're looking for employer that will sponsor your visa to the UK, you need to look out for some of these terms on your contract. Some employers are inserting massive clauses on their offer letter given to their employee. If your focus is just to get a certificate of sponsorship without paying much attention to what is contained on your offer letter, guys, you are not doing yourself any favor. Of late, I got a call from somebody who told me he's having challenges with his current employer because he wants to switch sponsor to a different sponsor. What is the issue? He said his employer is telling him he must see his terms of contract to the end. He has a 3 years sponsorship with his current employer, and he has worked for less than a year in that very employment. Now he has gotten a new offer for sponsorship from a different employer. But the current employer is referring her to a contract, what was inserted in her contract letter, which she did not pay close attention to as at when the offer was given to her. What she needs is to get a certificate of sponsorship. In her contract, it was expressly stated that she must see her contract to the end before she can leave the employment. If for any reason she wants to leave the employment for a different sponsor, she must have worked for 2 years. And at the end of the 2 years, if she wants to leave to a different sponsor, she will pay the amount the employer paid to the Home Office for her sponsorship, which is £1,820. This becomes an issue between her and her employer. My candid advice to her is to stick to the employment till 2 years and pay the employer the fee they paid to Home Office for the certificate of sponsorship, or she see a contract to the end. Anything contrary to that might put her at a risk. So I don't know how she's going about it. I gave her my candid advice, and since then I've not heard anything about it. If you are given an employment letter with some certain clause you are not familiar with, you can ask questions, right? Ask questions for those you feel know more than you, those that can explain to you in details to enable you take an informed decision, either to go forward with that employment or to keep job hunting, because it's better for you not to tie yourself into a particular situation or a particular employment that you will not find fulfillment, that you will not find happiness doing the type of job you are doing. This is very important so you will not find yourself in that same situation this fellow has found herself into. So these are some of the updates I thought I should bring to my audience. So if this content is something that interests you, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, give a thumb up so YouTube can recommend to a wider audience. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. See you in my next video.